God, man. Oh, God, man. I hate it when the host has such a similar style to me, man. Can't stand that shit. But you know, I've actually had a really fun time here in Edinburgh, man. Because here in Edinburgh, it's the only time I've ever been to a city in the UK, and I've doubled the size of the black community all by myself. No, I'm joking. But I've actually got to know the black community out here in Edinburgh, and the four of us have been having a lot of fun. No, I joke. But I've actually been thinking about, race and like this current climate, in this world where we're meant to be more sensitive of others. And I know it comes from a good place, but I think shit's going a bit too far. Like, really, man? Because like the other day, right, I was reading this article from The Guardian that said there needs to be more black people in Game of Thrones. And like, we all seen Game of Thrones, heard of it, I'm sure, right? All right, that's not the joke. But I thought that's just a bit ridiculous, man, because Game of Thrones is based on some like medieval fantasy. Now, all of you be honest. Do any of you think of me when you think of medieval fantasy? That's like reading an article from The Guardian saying there need to be more white people in 90s gangster rap music videos. It's just a bit ridiculous. You don't need a bunch of ginger kids dancing with NWA. And a bunch of blonde kids with the Wu-Tang Clan. It's just unnecessary. But you know what? I've actually been thinking about it though, right? Because, this topic. Because like when we were kids, right, me and my friends, we used to complain about racism. Racism. It's like a full stop. But nowadays, I think being black is great. I think you should all try it, just for a day. No, really, man, because when you're black, you're free, man. Isn't that ironic? But like... No, but seriously, man, I don't have to tiptoe around the place having social anxiety about saying one wrong word that could ruin my whole career. Like, honestly, because I said racist shit all the time, and no one even calls me racist. They just go, wow, don't you think he's a bit left field? It's great. But, I'll tell you guys about my country of origin. My country of origin is Sudan, and it's not a very good time to be from Sudan, because Sudan is actually on the list of banned terrorist nations, right? Which means I legally can never go to the United States, right? But the joke's on President Trump. I couldn't go there anyway, because I've had a criminal record years before he banned us. Sudan is one of those things that everybody's heard of, but nobody really knows what's going on over there. It's a bit like if Channel 5 was a country. Please, by the way, can nobody ask me anything about Sudan after the show? I find it very irritating. I remember one time I did a show, and this white girl, she was like, oh, what part of Sudan are you from? As if you'd fucking know. Pointless question, man. But yeah, you know what? I grew up in like quite a big Sudanese community. Grew up quite a big family. My uncle, he's like a father figure to me. But the annoying thing is he doesn't really get what stand-up is. So I tried to describe it to him. I was like, Uncle, basically it's this craft. You try and come up with your own ideas, and you try and make audiences laugh. He was like, oh, I understand. I was like, really, Uncle, you do? He was like, yes, you're a clown. I was like, no, that's not right, Uncle. What we do is very difficult. Not anyone can just do it, He was like, oh, sorry, I understand. I was like, really, Uncle, you do? He was like, yes, you're an arrogant clown. And, obviously, I left school now, I moved on to uni, and uni's been a real fun experience for me, right? Not just because I've been in my first year for 4 years. That might be funny for you, but my uncle thinks I've got a master's degree. But one of the things I've liked most about my uni, though, right, is I've actually been fortunate to meet people from all over the world. And by that, I mean the home counties in China. And I particularly like my first year at uni, right, because I actually got to live with 5 Chinese students, which is great for me, because I felt like I was in the film Rush Hour. Clearly, only a third of the crowd have heard of the film Rush Hour. But what I really liked about being at uni, though, right, is that, I actually kind of, appreciate the fact that I'm quite quiet off stage, I'm quite reserved, and I never knew how beneficial that would be for me, right? Because I feel like when you're a quiet white male, that's a much harder life, man. Because, when you're a quiet... Because I got to meet, a lot of, real white people at uni, authentic ones, Not like the Albanians I grew up around, you know what I mean? Back to the quiet white topic, though, because this is the thing, man. When you're a quiet white dude, it's a much harder life, man. People don't let you be quiet in peace. I remember one time I was at this party, there's this quiet white dude in the corner. This girl starts bitching, man. She was like, fucking hell, look at that creep Tim sat there in the corner. unnerving everyone at the whole party. Fuck off home with your anxiety, Pete. That's just abuse, man. How can you say those horrible things about Pete or Tim? I can't remember his name. And when it comes to a man like me, you go, oh wow, look at Mamoun sat over there, emitting such a mysterious urban aura. And I've been Mamoun, thank you, safe, have a good one.